so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much. The majority tribe we have in Nigeria are the Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. Today, the tiny Fulani strangers that came in have made Hausa to disappear completely. Nobody talks about the Hausa anymore. One of the major languages. Major. Few tiny Fulanis made them to disappear because they got the knowledge that the Hausas didn't get. They manipulated them and put them under their control. They didn't stop there. The Biafran people and the Ududua people are not the highest population. And yet, you'll be wondering, why is it that the few Fulanis are manipulating everybody and controlling it? Even when you claim to be smarter than them, you claim to have all the education, which you do have actually. You have the education. But where is the wisdom? Where is the wisdom? Where is the knowledge? The Caliphate mastered your inside and outside. They have known that the yardstick which the Ududua people used to measure themselves, the Yorubas used to measure themselves, is the Biafra. They know that. They know that the Yorubas only see Biafrans as a measure to know if they are progressing or not. And that is true. The only way Yorubas rate themselves, whether they are doing well or not, is that when they are doing better than the Biafran people. When they are doing better than the Biafran people, more especially the Igbos, that is how they measure their success. As long as they are doing better than the Biafran people, they are okay. But it's not supposed to be so. There is supposed to be a healthy competition where you be focused to challenge yourself and go ahead. There's nothing wrong in having a healthy competition. It is allowed. But for you now to lose attention and focus on something that is irrelevant, just as the competition you are seeing in Lagos today, they only see the Igbo Biafrans as a threat, even when the real threat is sitting beside them. I can tell you that the Yorubas care not about the Fulanis and the Hausas. They take them as people who doesn't have knowledge, they have nothing to offer, and they can't do nothing. They ignore them and they focus on distracting their own brother. There is people who are supposed to be their closest friend. They focus on the people who they were supposed to be in line with, in a healthy competition with, to get a better and stable nation. They focus on oppressing those people and distracting them. And you forgot that when you are distracting somebody, you are actually distracting yourself. If the Ududua people and the Biafran people can march together faithfully in one voice and pursue a common agenda, who the hell do you think can stop it in Nigeria? Who? Who do you think will stop it in Nigeria? Nobody. If Ududua and Biafra can march together and speak in one voice, 100% and decide this is what we go for, who the hell you think can stop them? Of course, nobody. And the Fulanis know this very well. That is why every time they hear about the unity of the Ududua and Biafra, all hell break loose. Each time they hear the unity of Ududua and Biafra, they will unleash all arsenals. Everything they have, they unleash it to make sure they create that very division. That is why when you begin to know and see why they allow people to be fraudulent, that is where you see why they allow people to exploit others. That is when you know and understand why they allow fraud to be happening in broad daylight without any complaint. Because if you are not aware of it, you will not know. You'll be asking, why is Nigeria so fraudulent? There are certain fraud you will hear about, very, very open, broad daylight, before the whole world, and yet the people that call themselves government pretend as if they don't see it. Today, look at somebody like Tinubu. Not just Tinubu, look at the kind of people that comes out to contest for posts in that contraption. When you see the kind of human being that come out to contest for positions in that contraption, you will have every reason to know that the contraption will never survive. Stop pretending. Which pretending? Which pretending? When you look at the people that are coming out to fix themselves in certain positions, in the position of leadership, in that contraption, these are people who are supposed to be locked up in jail. These are the people who, in a civilized and sensible nation, will never alter a word. They will never come anywhere close to anything called leadership. But in Nigeria, they have the greatest voice. They have the money. You dare not start. In fact, when you speak against them, you are in trouble. And that is why when we are asking for the breakup, it is not out of envy and jealousy. It is not out of wickedness. It is not because of our resources. It is because we want people to have a sane life. It is because it has now become a matter of life and death for our future, for our unborn children. That is why it has become mandatory that this contraction must end, so that people can grow in their own region at their own speed and their own space. Look at people who are coming out for positions. Are you telling me that in a state, in something like United States, UK, Canada, even in Ghana, somebody like Tinubu cannot contest for presidency? He dare not. He cannot contest for president, let alone winning. With all the baggages around him. With all the baggage around, he should be rotting in jail long time ago. In fact, you should be talking about how to recover the stolen wealth in his hand. That should be the talk of the day. Not giving him a mandate to be a president. But today, this is the person you see people, even youths, coming on live television to defend. With facts. There are facts pointing to the crimes he has committed. Facts locally and internationally. But yet, they are projecting him as the next president. Look at someone like Atiku. Atiku has several convictions, home and abroad. Several implications, home and abroad. You don't have to search for it before you see it. But yet, he's hissing his chest to come out and contest. Including Peter Obi himself. In a civilized nation, someone like Peter Obi cannot come out to contest because his name appeared in Panama. He tried to escape tax. It doesn't matter whether you got your money genuinely or not. Why are you hiding that money away? You don't want it to be taxed in your own country. In that same country that you claim, you want one Nigeria. Why don't you bring there to be taxed in that your nation? Why are you hiding it away? But look at the lineup of this kind of people. They are the people they project in their presidency. And the worst is the one they are choosing. Among all of them, the worst is the one that is being chosen today. As if it is not, as if it's not enough. Look at their senior president they are talking about. Did you see the people they are putting up for senior president? Look at someone they are pushing up for senior president today. Somebody whom this same government almost put in jail. This same government of Muhammadu Buhari almost put him in jail. And because of that, he jumped ship from PDP and entered APC. Because he didn't want to go to jail. And just as the PDP have said, APC have said openly, not secret, they said it openly, that as soon as you enter APC, all your sins are forgiven. Whether you are a murderer, whether you are a fraudster, Whether you have, no matter the crime you have committed, as soon as you join the APC, that your sin is forgiven. They said it live television. The chairman of APC said it on live TV. Maybe you have forgotten. Maybe you have forgotten. When the former Edo State governor, what is that his name? That ugly man. When that man was their chairman, he said it, that as soon as you join the APC, your sins are forgiven. And that was when Akpabio jumped ship and escaped imprisonment. Today, that same man, with all manner of fraudulent acts that he has performed, that has stolen funds from different angles and different corners, a criminal, that is the person they are projecting today, openly before your own very eyes, to be the Senate president. People are coming out openly to support him to be the Senate president. Even the same late Muhammad Buhari, who wanted to imprison this man for his corrupt act, today is supporting him to be the Senate president. The world is watching, and I hope and I wish that the world are hearing our voice. All these are reasons why we do not want to continue to be in this very cage. Those of you that are still pretending, am I going to say that it's for lack of knowledge? It is no longer for lack of knowledge, because every hidden things are now in the open. You see, that is why sometimes when we come on broadcast, mainly on my autopiloted platform group broadcasters, when they come on, we try to go back to history and remind you of things that you have forgotten. Just like the things I'm touching today. Some of you must have forgotten that APC said it with their own mouth that once you join them in their ship, no matter the crime you have committed, it is forgiven. And they are standing on that. Most of you must have forgotten that Akpabio was supposed to go to jail. And today they are projecting him to be the Senate president. Look at the other cabinet they are going to present. Look at them and see. Including Buratai. Buratai, who was one of the sponsors of Boko Haram. Buratai, who was risking the life of the military men in order to favor the Boko Haram. Today, he is in the cabinet of Tinubu. Which one am I going to mention and leave the rest? Every single thing in that contraption is pointing to the fact that it will always get worse. It can never be better. It will get worse. It will never get better. And I pity those of them who are from Biafra land. Every politician from Biafra land, your own case is going to be worse. Because Chukwu Okekabem will punish you, and the zoo will also punish you. That is the people, the politicians from Biafra land, their own situation will be worst. The worst in the sense that their own punishment is going to come from Chukwu Okekabema, and it's going to come from Biafran people. Because their own crime is a grievous crime. Even when they pretend to be fighting for you, they are not fighting for you. Look at every one of them that have sold out themselves. These were the people who we are talking about Igbo presidency. They sang it away. It was because of this same Igbo presidency that they went ahead to kidnap our Supreme Namazen Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and rendition him to Nigeria. Because of this rubbish, they were not able to achieve it because the Caliphate still played their game. The Caliphate went into them and began to tell them how qualified they are. The Caliphate began to pump word into their own head to tell them that you are more qualified than your brother. And the attack came. They scattered. Some were supporting their dead fathers, some were supporting their dead mothers. At the end of the day, some even opened their mouth and said that their own people are not supposed to be asking for presidency. Unbelievable. One of the major tribes in that contraption. We have three major tribes: the Igbos, the Hausas, the Yorubas. The other tribes have had presidency good number of times. They have enjoyed a good number of times. But somebody from Biafra, Somebody from Igbo side said that their people is not supposed to be talking about presidency, that they are not qualified. Laughable. That is how serious it is. And some of them came and they say, because of that, they begin to embrace Muslim ticket. They say it doesn't matter. They say it is well. And you know that the reason why they were supporting that, excuse me, they were supporting that evil was because they were hoping that they would get the Senate president. The Caliphate played their game again. And they went to them and told them, you must support the Muslim ticket, speak about it, defend it openly, and then you're going to come for Senate president. And one of the idiots that they put in jail and brought him out, that was one of his conditions. He must not speak against anything they do. Oju Zokalo, to be precise. Oju Zokalo came out and he became an ambassador for Muslim ticket. As they didn't see anything right in it, because they promised him Senate president. But finally, when the time has come for the Senate president, what did you see? As they promised him Senate president, they also promised Umahi Senate president. And Umahi was talking from both sides of his mouth. Umahi even stood and said that nobody in Enugu State will vote for Peter Obi. Umahi began to speak different kinds of languages, began to destroy his people, began to fund people in the north, and forgot about his own home because of Senate president. And when it was time, every one of them rose up. Umahi was campaigning for Senate president. Oju Zokalo, Senate president. But all of a sudden, I saw Umahi on video. Umahi, of all people, who said the reason why he ran away from PDP was because his own people were denied their rights. That was his reason for leaving PDP to APC. That the Igbos were denied their rights. That same Umahi, before his own very eyes, that right was still denied again. Not only in presidency, not in vice, also in the Senate president, he was denied. And he shamelessly came out and began to endorse another person from the north. In Senate president, Umahi came out and he began to endorse somebody from the South. The same South that has their presidency. He began to endorse Akpabio, a fellow criminal. Not just endorsing, he stepped down for Akpabio. Umahi stepped down. He said he stepped down. In his own word, that he stepped down for Akpabio. Not just for the Senate president, but for the other, is it the assistant Senate president or whatever they call it? The vice. The deputy. He stepped down for Senate president and stepped down for deputy Senate president. Which is a clear time to tell you that you cannot see anybody from Biafra land within those areas. The most important post in that very contraction, the very first 6 major people in that contraction. Number 1 man, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. You can't find any Biafra around that area. And he came out openly and said he stepped down. And it is okay for him. Look at the other one that called himself Oju Zokalo. He has disappeared. He was talking about the Senate president. But today, finally, APC have said they are going to choose somebody from the South. You see how they manipulate you to create division and distraction. You see how they manipulate you. And each time they come to choose somebody, they are going to choose the worst of you. You see, that is how dangerous. That is how dangerous staying in Nigeria is. That is how dangerous. Because even any time they decide to give you an opportunity, they will give the worst of the worst among you. They will never give a genuine person. They would never hand any power to a genuine person. Even the little genuine, you see among all those politicians, none of them is genuine. But at least there are some of them that still have some little wisdom in them. Just like this, the Peter we are talking about. At least among his fellow criminals, he's a little bit better than them. They would never give anything to someone like that. Each time they decide to consider somebody from your area, mainly in Biafra, they will go to take the worst of you all. And when I'm talking about Biafra, it includes the present South and the Southeast with the lower way. If they want to pick anybody from that area, it will be the worst of all. Look at in the last Senate, the deputy Senate president that they pick. Who is it? Omar Agege. Omar Agege, a criminal that stole from the Senate. A criminal that stole from the Senate. That was supposed to be in jail. They made him a deputy. And of course, he has seen how loyal he has been all that since then. He refers to Buhari as Papa. What has Papa got to do with the official duties? In the office, there is nothing like Papa. You face your duty. Face your duty. Exercise your duty and do the things you need to do. But you have seen him from the beginning. All you hear from him is submission, submission, submission. Somebody like Akpabio that have criminal cases lined up. Someone like, do you think that Akpabio can deny the president anything that he brings to the House of Assembly? With the kind of criminal case that Akpabio have, do you think that that kind of a person can deny the person called the president anything? And remember, it is the president that chooses the attorney general. It is the president that appoints the attorney general. And also even the Chief Justice of the Federation, chosen by the president. When these two key people who can lock you up for the rest of your life are in the hand of the president, do you think that somebody like Akpabio that have committed several crimes, who has a lot of things in the cupboard cooling for him, do you think Akpabio can deny anybody that comes as the president anything in the House of Assembly, in the House of Senate? It is impossible. It won't happen. It will just be a rubber stamp. Now, are you beginning to understand and have knowledge why you should get out of the zoo? Why you should join in the call to end it? It has become obvious that revolution cannot happen. It is difficult to have a genuine revolution in that contraction. That one is I'm not sure it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. Since the revolution did not happen at this time, it's not going to happen anytime. It's not going to happen. So stop deceiving yourself. You lost the opportunity during the NSAS, and you lost the opportunity again during this very election. What else will be done for you to go to the street and revolt? I'm asking these people who call themselves One Nigerians, who are talking about revolution or talking about changes. What else do you want to happen to you before you go to the street to revolt? They have taken your life. They have taken your rights. They have abused you. They have killed you. They have done several things unimaginable against you. What else is remaining to be done against the citizens of that zoo before they will go to the street? You see why I say revolution is impossible in the contraction. You might not believe me. You might have your own belief. But I'm telling you, revolution, genuine revolution is impossible in the zoo. Who is going to revolt? A Fulani man to join an Hausa to revolt. Odudua person, a Yoruba to join Igbo to revolt. Or was it